even the task that we have ahead, looking into your hands, will lead you to frustration. For you are absolutely right, you cannot do it. And it doesn't matter how much you look into your pockets and your intellect, you have not enough of either or, let alone courage to do it. That's another matter. But that's not how a Sufi looks into this. He says, like that father, these are my children, and I have to go and get them. And Allah will take me to them. I follow my heart. So we say about our affair, this is our task, and I don't know how to do it, but I will move ahead and get it done. Because if I reason into it, I go back into my car, back to the house. But no, you move forward. You move forward. And when you find yourself absolutely lost, then you renew your commitment with Him. For that is all that matters to you. What matters to you is how you relate to Him. That's the only thing. You don't take with yourself any coin, but you take with yourself the taqwa that you may have acquired in the process of doing so. Nothing of this world will come to you, will follow you. But only how close you have come to Him, how much you have fulfilled your duties with Him. Not with dunya, not with the president, not with the president of your party or your ridiculous prime minister or whatever it is, but with Him. That's why, if you want to fear dunya, but make absolutely certain you fear Allah 100 million times more. And that's how you cure fear, with more fear. So the task is impossible, and it is ahead of us, but yet we go and we do it. So if it is not reason that is going to help you to do that move, what is it then? Love of Allah. For what drives you forward is love and fear, hope and fear, Khawf and Raja, Khawf and Raja. When the Shaykh of our Shaykh decided to choose a follower for himself, he asked one of his murids to go to Karawin in Fez, and he was asked to sit down in the circle of teaching of the fiqh, the young alims. And so this man did, and he went there, and his instructions were to say, "I'm the guest of Allah." And he did say, "I'm the guest of Allah," and nobody answered. In those days, the teacher would sit down in one of the columns, and the students will sit down in a semicircle around. So he was behind saying this thing, nobody answered. And the third time, when one of the students heard that and there was no further answer, he said, "You will be my guest." And that man was Shaykh Umar Vadillo. And then he took this man to his house, and he was living in one of the doors in the wall of Fez. So you have to climb up some stairs, very deep stairs, to come to the top, and it was in a small room, it wasn't a house really. And he was living there, and when this man followed him into his house, he went ahead, and he saw him walking the stairs saying, "Khawf, Raja, Khawf, Raja, Khawf, Raja, Khawf, Raja." And then he realized he was not an ordinary person. And what followed from that was the creation of Shaykh Umar Vadillo. And we are sitting down reciting his word here today. And it all came from Khawf and Raja, Khawf and Raja, Khawf and Raja. For this is the affair of ours. If it was only fear, you will not move. And if you be only hope, you will be over-licensed. You will think you can do anything. And yet, we are people who do not do what they like. We do what Allah wants. And that is our wisdom. But we act upon it. There's no Sufism sitting down reading books of tasawuf. Certainly not in this time. Not in any other, but particularly in this time. This is a time where we have to go out and fight. And we will bring these people, these sultans, together. And we will bring the coin, inshallah. And then you will be able, by participating in this affair, you will be able to say, and now we have the currency of Nusantara. And that is the sentence that it will bring down this nonsense. For when the light comes, the darkness disappears. We are trying to bring the currency of the African Union. There's only 2 of us last night discussing how we're going to get this thing done. And we will look at each other, we will say, you know, do we have enough petrol for the car? But this is not why we were there discussing that. Because we cannot do it, but Allah can do it. And it's not in our pockets that we are looking into, but to His wealth. It's not by our means, but by His means. But we will definitely, if it is the last thing we do, we will be shamed up to the end. We will be the ones, because we want that taste. We want to prove to Him that we trust Him, and we follow Him, and we will do everything that we can to get it done. And that's what we take with ourselves. That little courage that we put into each other's last night. To go ahead, it doesn't matter what. And when you think about yourself and you say, but I have difficulties. I have difficulties. You have difficulties? You have no difficulties at all. Difficulties is what the Sahaba had. When people are throwing stones at your head and they're saying, I'm going to kill you. That is difficulties. None of us know any of it. So you have no excuse. No excuse to get the whole thing done. And this is a circle where people remind each other about this. So you don't come here to have a good time. You don't come out of here with a smile of, oh, I've been elevated into the vicar. You should get peace into your heart as well as a struggle, as a pain in your stomach. And that pain of your stomach is that I cannot continue living like this. I have to do something. I said, but I don't know what to do. Open your eyes, you fool. Open your eyes. For there is nothing but things to do. Follow the people that they are leading if you don't know anything. And if not, find your own way. Open the doors that they are needed into this thing. And if you do not understand them, open your eyes. Wake up from the dream. And if you don't want to be fooled, keep the company of the people who speak about Allah. And avoid the people of those who the only thing they say is millions and trillions and dunya and dunya, dunya. Be aware of them. For they only follow a path of disaster. Keep the company of the people and remind each other about this affair so that you may succeed. And this is what we do here. Coming together for a brief moment just to say to each other, we are going to do it. I'm going to do it. Come with me and let's do it. I know it cannot be done, but let's do it. Let's get them together. We may get them together. We may do this impossible task of collecting zakat with them. And then we are right. Because if zakat is collected with dinar and dirham, that's it, the end of the story. Checkmate. And we are as far or as close as he wants. And it's not our business. That's his business. My job is to be there in the front line, the first one. Now, when it's difficult, not when it's done.